In 5,
4,
3,
2,
1.
blast off.
Welcome to the podcast where an anime kid watches movies with a guy that's never watched anime before in his life.
Never once.
No, I have. That's a lie. I'm just lying. I actually have. Everyone's watched Dragon Ball, right?
Not me, actually.
What?
Yeah, no, I didn't watch Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball is cool. I watched the horror shit, Hellsing, the vampire shit.
You watched Castlevania, too.
Yeah, I watched a couple seasons of that, too. Yeah, that was dope.
I remember watching that, like, pissed drunk here one time.
Yeah, the Americanized fucking Afro Samurai. I've watched that.
Colin watches that.
It's
Shout
good.
out Colin.
It's good. Shout out Colin boy. What a goofy boy.
But what do we watch today?
We watched Dragon Slayer?
Demon
Slayer. Demon Slayer. I'm sorry. Demon Slayer.
And have you watched the show?
No, I have not seen any of it. It's terrible.
I've watched the first 8 episodes, and I've watched them in the last 24 hours.
Out of 23?
I think it's 23, something
Okay.
like that.
It's on Netflix and
Yeah.
Crunchyroll. Give us money, please.
It's on Netflix for
Okay,
sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm
No, I
watching it
haven't
on.
seen any of it, and I don't think you have to.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't think you have to see it before watching this.
And there's not really spoilers.
Not really.
At least to my level of understanding, there's not. I'll probably watch it later, and then something will come up, and I'll know it and be like, damn, there was a spoiler. But to my current understanding, there's no spoilers. It didn't spoil anything.
I didn't see anything that I didn't get almost any character development. I got a bunch of characters that were thrown at me, and they developed a little bit over time.
The dream scenes they kind of developed because you
Yeah,
saw what
a
they
little
cared
bit,
most for, at
A
least.
little bit. The dream scene confused the fuck out of me because it went from kind of like cool, mysterious murder train to the sequence. I have no idea what's going on, and then I don't think you knew it was a dream sequence until after it happened.
When the dreams were happening, the lady with I don't know the demon's name, but it explained that that she was going to put them in a trance, and that those kids that tied themselves were in there to kill them in order to even get a good dream. She was going to torture them for an eternity with nightmares if they didn't go in, try to kill their core or whatever, and then, yeah, that's how they were going to earn their dreams.
The whole story, I felt like after the dream segment, and then
the fight.
Yeah, after the dream segment, there was the fight. I was just kept thinking that I'm just watching a boss fight.
It was a fucking cool boss fight, though.
I'm not saying
I like
that it
the
wasn't
second one
cool.
more.
I'm just saying that I literally just watched the last 2 hours of a video game.
Yeah, so my understanding with
felt.
it is that I believe that this picks up right after where season 1 ends. So maybe if we had finished season 1, it would make there was build up to that fight or something that we just didn't witness yet.
And I feel like it used a lot of me not being your anime connoisseur. I feel like it used a lot of anime cliches.
Like what?
Like art, like level, like your final form, like the whole final form.
They kept getting stronger too, like throughout the fight.
It
where was this at the start?
I felt like it was Demon Dragon Ball. Kind of. It gave me Dragon Ball vibes and unlocking a part of yourself that you never knew you could, which is a cliche in itself, but it's definitely
I think it's
cliche in anime.
it's a cool cliche though. I feel like anime kind of just exacerbates the qualities that exist in real life, and that is kind of a thing. You'll see it in fighting where people will look like they're down and out and they do get a second wind, and I guess it's cliches typically are truths about life.
It is. It totally is. It was just kind of safe, and I had no idea who was who. And I
still don't know them by name.
A lot of the characters were way over the fucking top. Like, when you say over the top characters, almost every character except the protagonist. The protagonist was just like,
and occasionally emotional.
Yeah, he was just crying a couple times, which he had a reason to. He was just.
Do you know why? When his dream sequence, why his dream was to be with his family?
Who doesn't want to be with their family?
Well, in episode 1, his
Oh, I
family
don't know
gets
that.
brutally fucking murdered.
I heard a little bit of it, and you saw some flashes to it too.
Yeah, that they the main demon, I guess the first demon, killed his fucking family and turned
Okay.
his sister into a demon. The sister that he carries in that backpack, he
So I
turned her to a
definitely
demon.
I'd totally get something out of it. It looks like if I watched the show, but I went in blind.
You were totally blind, and I was.
120.
I had an eye patch.
You had an eye patch.
You had a blindfold.
I enjoyed myself. The characters that I felt like were way too over the top were two of them.
Which ones?
The Hoghead.
I don't know what his name is. I don't know anyone's name.
I don't either, but I feel like that he was super loud and super obnoxious and super over the top, and he was also he got an animal head. So because he looked a little different and was over the top and really loud, I feel like he was supposed to be the funny one, but I didn't really find it funny at all.
He was supposed to give you comedic relief,
Yeah,
but it wasn't comedy to you.
I didn't. I might have chuckled a little bit, but no, I think he was just a little too over the top. And just because you have an animal head on doesn't mean you're funny. I just think
Funny looking, maybe.
Yeah, I think he was a stereotypical character that had a stereotypical role, and he tried to fulfill that role.
His name is Inosuke Hishabira.
Yeah.
I probably fucking
What's
butchered
his,
that.
Does he have an English one?
Nope. That's one thing that kind
You
of
mean
sucks.
his name's not Goku?
No.
You're gonna take Goku.
I'm gonna
dog?
call him
They go
Pighead or something.
Not only are you gonna take final forms, you're gonna take the name Goku too.
I looked up just all the characters' names so that I can reference them as we go. I think
Okay.
I really liked the second boss. The Akaza was his
Oh
name.
no, he was badass because he had a lot of dialogue. He had a lot of creepy. Was it a? I don't know if it was. I kind of got female vibes for a little bit. It was kind of like a non-binary type of character, kind of. But
Demons probably aren't restricted
right,
to
they
gender.
probably aren't. But I like the dialogue and the determination of not dying and just doing what he wanted to do.
His thrill to fight, like he loved the fight. He wanted that
it
guy to
was
be a
great.
demon so that they could spar for eternity. He said
That was definitely something I liked about it. I liked the fight scenes as well. The crying was a little. It was a lot of crying. There was a lot of unnecessary crying. A lot of the crying was like you're gonna cry about your parents being killed. But after the demon ran away in the sunlight, they all just started bawling.
They
It
had
was
a lot
like
of
the end
passion.
of Pokemon. It was like the end of Pokemon. Like typical anime cliches were very relevant in this movie.
I feel like I'd probably cry in that instance. That shit was crazy.
They almost won, and then they didn't, but it wasn't
They
their fault.
did, but didn't.
Yeah, it
They
wasn't
didn't
their
kill the
fault.
demon, but
Yeah. Wasn't your fault, guys. He just ran like a bitch.
he had to.
Yeah.
If they get
He
hit
would've
by the
died.
sun, they die.
Yeah, he would have died.
That's why he carries his sister in that box so she doesn't get hit by the sunlight and they can still travel during the day.
Yeah, the whole train idea was awesome.
It was neat. I didn't expect it at all.
I did like it.
You
when I
said
was
you
watching.
did though, right? You expected that?
I expected that someone was controlling the train. That the train, that I felt like that, like it kept leading. I didn't expect it from the jump, because from the jump I was like, ooh, mysterious train. This is going to be kind of cool. But then it started building a little bit. I was like, I feel like the boss is the train after a while. I was like, I feel like he's a part of the train.
And he was.
And he was. And but it was pretty cool. It was really cool, and he did like kind of his final form, I guess. The monster he turned into reminded me of Resident Evil, because that's kind of how bosses turn in Resident Evil.
I haven't played it to know,
Oh,
honestly.
man. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Maybe that's why you had parallels to video game in your mind,
I mean,
because it related to a
those are
video
Japanese
game you
video
play.
games. Those are Japanese video games. It did no, I don't think because Resident Evil's not an RPG. The last scenes I really felt like I was like in a Final Fantasy game, because it was a fight and they had to strategically learn how to beat the fight, and then they did, and then they beat him. I was just like, this is just kind of like a boss fight.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying it's not cool. I'm just saying that is what it is.
the way that the main character, let me say his name real quick so I can remember it. Tanjiro, I think. Tanjiro. The way that he learned to kill himself in his dreams. So he took his own life like 15 times.
Yeah.
And that's like crazy.
I remember twice. 3 times.
A lot
He
of them
slit his throat the one time, and then he did it on his own in his head.
They didn't show
one
us
time.
him killing himself every time, but anytime
Okay.
that the eyes
He
would look
came
at him,
back?
he'd have like a white eye, and then he'd come back, and that
Alright.
was him killing himself in his dream real quick,
Damn.
which is a crazy way to adapt to that boss's ability. But then
That's the only way he woke up.
the guy with the boar head, his adaptation was he constantly was just moving his eyes, so he never looked directly into an eye, and they couldn't because he's a fucking boar head. They couldn't tell where he was focusing.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's a mask or if that's his head, because I haven't been introduced to that character in the show yet, but prior to that, there are a lot of characters that wear masks.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
So I wonder how that is. When I finish it, I'll let you know.
I just wish I knew more about the characters. I guess that means I have to watch the show now.
Yeah, because it could be a standalone movie, but not to the point with, like you said, with character development.
Because without it, because the ways that it can be is that you aren't completely lost the whole time, but to the point, like when it's not, it just seems like a boss fight.
So there's
Like
an isolated story, but it doesn't. There's an isolated story that makes sense to a viewer that doesn't know the characters,
Yeah.
but if you knew the characters, it might be more.
I feel
impactful.
like I walked into a video game at the end. That's what I felt like I did, because
Take 3.
I was entertained the whole time. I just think that there was more developmental stuff for the characters than were given to me. But that didn't mean I was less entertained. I just wanted more involvement.
But does it make you want to watch the show now?
So I actually, the whole time I was thinking about, I gotta watch this show. I gotta watch this show now.
I think the show so far is even better than the movie too. Like the fights are a lot better to me.
Because even though I might not 100% want to watch the show because the movie was okay, I just think that if I watched the show, the movie would be better, and there's a chance that I would like the show.
I think you would. It's really good so far.
Good.
I'm probably gonna finish it the next like 3 days, 4 days maybe.
It's not long. It's like a season.
It's very
Not like
doable.
Naruto, where we're gonna be like chilling for like a week.
At least, and that's if you're binging it.
Yeah. That's just not gonna happen. I'll watch this one though. I want to get some character development and then maybe watch the movie again. If you want to talk about it after that, that's fine. But I'm just gonna watch the movie again. I don't know what it's on. I don't know if it's on Netflix.
The movie, I don't know. The show's for
I
sure
don't-
on Netflix.
I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll. Where has my country rolled?
Crunchyroll or not. I just wanted some more story and development, character development, and it was very over the top. Things I like though, the whole first half where you find out the train is like the boss, or not the boss. I keep saying the boss. The train is the entity.
The demon.
Yeah, the demon, if you will. And that was cool. The mysteriousness of
I wonder
the
if
train
he
was
took
cool.
over the train or if he like was the train
Created
from
the
the
train.
jump. Like, how did
I
that
feel
work?
like he was the train from the train from the jump.
And
Say
like-
that 5 times.
Train from the jump. Train from the jump. Train from the jump. Train from the jump. Train from. You fucked me up with your noise, bitch.
Skirt, skirt.
But
I like those. I like the gore. I like the creative, horrific art. I liked the mouth on the hands. I thought that was cool.
I wish that the names were like in the dubbed were easier for me to pronounce because I can't remember any of them. Like I think I'll now
Yeah,
remember
like
Tanjiro,
Seto
Tanjiro,
Kaiba.
something like that. Yeah, Yugi boy.
Yugi boy.
But no, these guys, their names are really hard for me to get straight. But I probably honestly won't ever get them all straight. I'll just refer to them by what they do or what they look like.
Probably not. I heard one name and it was Goku, and I already compared this shit to Dragon Ball.
I don't think
because
anyone was named Goku unless it was
Yeah.
part of their name.
It was part of his name. It was like the second part. It was like something hyphenated Goku.
What does Goku mean then? In
don't-
what language is
I
it?
don't
Japanese?
know, but I got the Dragon Ball vibe when each character kept unlocking more forms and just kept getting stronger. And when they got stronger, they were a force to be reckoned with on both sides. And I literally the whole time just got that vibe, but in a somewhat demonic sense because Dragon Ball is not demonic.
It's just like
And
aliens,
we got
ain't
some
it?
good
I don't
art
know
with
what
I
much
really
about
like
Dragon Ball.
the mouth on the hands, the tentacles, the eyes. That was cool. All that shit was dope.
I think that this looked a lot better animated than the show does. I mean, not that the show looks bad by any stretch
I
of the
don't know.
imagination, but I feel like they have a higher budget for a
It
movie.
wasn't in widescreen. It was in 4:3 aspect ratio. It was like in old school square.
Is that good or bad? Or
It
just
doesn't
it just
matter.
is?
I don't give a fuck.
It just
It was
is.
just something I said. It was just something that I saw. I was like, it's not in widescreen. There's like black bars on the sides. You know,
That's what widescreen is.
The whole screen wasn't filled. Widescreen is widescreen, and they cut it off where it was wide, where it was supposed to be wide. So it was like Blair Witch Project.
I didn't even notice it,
so
honestly.
It was like Blair Witch, because Blair Witch is just square.
Hey, we don't talk about that here.
We don't talk about Blair Witch anymore.
Yeah.
It's Voldemort now.
The movie that shall not be named.
So what do you give this movie? I'm curious.
Yeah, probably like a 3.8 to 4.
I wanted to say a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like if I knew more about the characters and what was going on, and I didn't know that Demon slayed his fam. I didn't know that. Should have I known that? Did they say that in the movie?
They didn't say it.
Yeah,
you would have
yeah,
had
yeah.
to draw the conclusion based on the flashbacks.
Which couldn't happen. So I felt like if I would have known more, it would have been a 4. Easy. And I have to watch a whole season to make it a 4.
Which would make sense if you were like already an avid fan, not someone that just jumped into it.
I jumped into it
Yeah.
because you get a movie once in a while. We can't just watch my movies.
And it's brand new. So
It is brand new. We can't just review old shit. We got to review new shit. Mortal
especially for that
Kombat.
clout.
Yeah, yeah. You click on it if it's new shit. So
Give me your clout tokens, people.
speaking of clout, I think the camera or the memory card cut off when we were talking about that we're
Oh
implementing.
yeah, we didn't address the
Video
elephant in the
now.
room. That we're gonna be on YouTube, TikTok. We're gonna kill it on TikTok. If you guys are on the podcast, if you're listening to this right now, it means that we made the TikTok. So go find Panel Persona on TikTok and YouTube. Follow, subscribe, and comment whatever the fuck you want. Because I don't know if where do we upload currently?
Podbean, so it's on Spotify and iTunes.
And I don't believe that either of
Audio
those allow the viewers to comment.
They let you review.
But a comment's probably easier. So now you can comment. I'm looking right at you. Go leave some comments. Leave your feedback. Tell me why you love us or hate us. And if you hate us, fuck you. But you got to tell me why.
We'll improve. We're in a fucking... Right now, you've seen us first. We're in a fucking shed.
Yeah, but this shed's about to be lit.
It's about to be lit.
Every episode, we're going to get better with the
We're gonna
video
get better and
process.
better.
And the TikTok's going to be popping. So make sure you're following that shit for real so that it boosts our videos in the algorithm and we could tear this game up. Like, I'm telling you, it's over once we're on TikTok. This is going to be bigger than Rogan. He's going to be bowing down to ask to be on here.
Let's hope so.
We don't hope. We know.
So basically, I watch a lot of movies, and he doesn't watch any movies. But he picked this movie.
And the last one, I
This
think.
is just a long episode of the show.
Did I pick Mortal Kombat, or did you pick
No,
it, or
we
was it
didn't
a
really pick it.
mutual?
It was just new.
Hey, do you want to watch this?
Yeah, when
I
we
want to
review
watch
a new
this.
movie, it's kind of more of an obligation than one of us picking it.
I didn't feel like an obligation. I wanted to
No,
see
it
it.
was a good movie, yeah.
That shit was good as fuck. I want to watch the old one now too.
Yeah, we'll watch that next.
And maybe more anime movies. Like that one was pretty good. It would be fun to
was
look
good.
and see
It
if there's
was a
any.
3.5 is not a bad movie. I was entertained the whole time, but I also was like asking myself questions all the time.
That might not actually be answered because your questions are based off prior information that we should technically already know.
Exactly.
Which can make it probably feel like kind of empty. One thing that I was going to say that I felt like there wasn't really a cliffhanger in the sense that like there is in the anime. Like every episode, you kind of know how next episode's going to start.
What about the last episode? You haven't got there yet.
Yeah, I haven't got there yet. But in this one, towards the end, the only thing that I could kind of think of as a cliffhanger is the fact that he got away for one, which means they're probably going to have to fight him. But also that the Tanjiro threw his sword at him. And the sword is an important thing. Like, each fighter has their own unique sword. So I feel like he needs to get that back. What is he going to fight with now?
Right.
I think maybe if, like, season 2 picks up with where that ended, maybe he'll use the sword of that guy that died. Of his fallen brother.
Yeah. Cliffhanger.
But, like, yeah, what's he going to do with no sword? He doesn't really know how to fist fight. That would take another 2 years of training, but not as anime. He might learn in a week.
2 seasons of training.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's just
Yeah, the seasons are just going to be him training, and the final bosses are going to be the movies.
That would be kind of sus.
It would be. That'd make no sense. So I'll have to give it a 3.5 out of 5. I feel like if I watch a show, it'd be a 4. Unless the show sucks.
I hate not knowing the names of the characters. It sucks.
I know him as the main protagonist, the hoghead, and the crying guy, and the villain.
What did you think of the
Crying guy?
dude that had thunder abilities?
That was cool.
One other thing that was a spoiler for me based on where I am in the show was hit in the show. You know how there was like 5 I think different elements that they can like breathing techniques that correspond to the elements. There's fire, water,
That was in
mist.
the beginning.
Yeah, I have only seen water in the show, but I didn't really notice that I had only really seen water until I thought about it. But I probably it doesn't feel like a spoiler because if they have access to water, why does every fighter just only use water? It would make sense that there's other elements of combat.
Yeah, the element thing made me feel anime cliche going on.
Yeah, some Avatar shit.
Yeah, I was like,
They called Earth rock.
It took from everything. I feel like, but
Everything kind of takes from everything.
It
Like
does,
Yu-Gi-Oh
it
has
does.
types.
it does.
Fucking Avatar's got types.
It
I don't
does.
know any others off the top of my head, but everything has fire and water, like a Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
I do love them, and they're basic too. They're just ninjas.
Also, this is the first movie for the podcast that we didn't watch here.
Yeah, we saw it at the theater. How'd you feel about the theater?
I liked it, yeah. It was
Warehouse
nice.
Cinema in Frederick.
I think maybe one time when we go, we should try bringing the setup and doing it there.
We could do that.
That would be
Look
kind of
at
cool.
us.
What does that matter?
Okay.
They could look at us. That's free promotion. They'll be like, "What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Podcast, panel persona. Here's our card. Check it out."
Here's our TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh, yeah, mine got cut probably. Ain't my fault this time. But Warehouse Cinema's cool. I had to pee like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, this man missed half the movie pissing. That's why.
Dude, the bathroom was across. I went to the family bathroom because it was right across the theater. It was right across. So I timed every piss. It was like 2 minutes. I missed 6 minutes of the movie.
The last one you had me scared for. Your last piss was towards the end. I thought that the movie might end before you came
No,
back.
it didn't. That was actually less than 2 minutes. It was like 1:50.
There was like 3 different times where the movie felt like it was gonna end. I thought after the train was defeated, there'd be like some love and it would end, and then the whole new guy
They
came.
kept crying. They just kept crying. I was just like, you guys are still crying?
And my man goes piss,
was-
comes back, they're still crying.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
They were crying the whole time. It was over the top. All the emotions and the characters and the people and the hog head, like the yelling, like every character was over the top, which is normal in a movie like this. And the villains thought they were gonna win. Like he was literally Pegasus. He thought he was like, I got this, bro. And you ran because the sun came out. You didn't have this.
I like the concept of the villain. I don't know if
No,
that
he was
villain's
cool.
been done before.
It
The
was
one,
cool.
the dream guy.
It was totally cool. Everything's been done, but it's how you do it.
Can you think of an example off the top of?
a dream guy? Freddy Krueger.
He goes into your dreams and kills you. I guess this was
Yeah.
kind of the same because he sent people in, but he doesn't control the dreams. He almost puts them in a. This guy almost puts you in a trance by giving you a dream so good you don't want to wake up.
True. That's a good point. That's really cool, actually. That's really cool.
There was one part where the protagonist Tanjiro, while fighting the train, almost killed himself in real life because he thought he was
thought
in a
it
dream.
was in a dream. Yeah, that was kind of
That was kind of scary. Like
He did that on purpose.
he went in and
He
out
wanted
of
to
dreams
bend-
so
yeah,
much
he
that he
bended
lost
it.
perception
He
of what a
kinda-
dream
yeah,
is.
he bended reality, and then he was going to kill himself, and then he would have just won. That was a good strategy. That was pretty
Imagine
good.
if he actually killed himself though, and that's how the movie ends. Is the
That would've been
protagonist just
dope.
ends it, and then there's no season 2 either.
That would have been dope.
It's just a
Well,
big
they wouldn't
fuck
do
you.
because people like money.
Yeah, that would be the biggest fuck you ever, but it would be funny.
It would have been cool. So I'll get 3.5. I enjoyed myself. I was entertained. I just wanted a little more.
I think for this one we should have had a
They
guest that
should-
was into the show a lot, so we could have our questions
probably.
answered.
They should have put like some kind of rundown in the beginning.
I'm almost glad they didn't because it could have spoiled the season 1 for me.
True, good point. It would have. I'll watch it. I don't know where to watch it. Oh yeah, Netflix.
Netflix,
You said
Netflix.
that. Pay us Netflix.
Yeah, for real. That dude, if anyone watching this wants to sponsor too, bro, that's something.
No shame, baby. We'll talk
Also,
about whatever movie you want.
since
Whatever movie you want. We'll
since you
review.
guys do have the ability to comment now, something I was talking about earlier was merch. Would you buy shirts? I feel like it would be nice to have some shirts, and we could wear them. I could cut the sleeves off one.
You're gonna do that regardless.
But that would be cool to be repping ourselves where we're going, and then we could be like,
I can
check
stop wearing old horror shirts.
No, you don't have to always stop wearing them, but
You
we'll
can
wear.
just wear them once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do all that. We're just trying video. We'll keep doing it. This time it wasn't so great.
I disagree. I think it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Perfect for what we got.
You don't have to edit it.
Hey, you're right.
I
You're
have
right.
to chop it all up because we fucked up.
And I just get to edit it afterwards for TikTok,
Yeah, that's true. That's more like splitting it,
and then captioning.
which is fine.
It's gonna be fun.
You have to type all that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not too bad. It's like 60-second clips at most.
that's fine. What's the next movie?
I honestly don't know.
Old Mortal Kombat.
I'm down for that
We'll
one.
do that one. I thought we were doing that one next. That's what we said, but then you're like, "Yo, let's see this."
And then it worked out.
And yeah, you're overdue for a movie. Every 5.
I don't honestly. I haven't been counting.
You're just gonna bring. Up a
Yeah,
movie
if
when
I
you
see one I want to do, I just say it.
We're cool with that. Next will be Mortal Kombat.
You mentioned the Pokemon movie earlier. We could rewatch that. That's the first
The
animated.
remake.
Oh, there's a remake?
We've talked about this before.
Oh,
Netflix remade it in CGI.
maybe sounds disgusting, but I'd still watch
It's
it.
called Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back. Or it's just called Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Oh, I think I've heard of it. I don't know if I've seen
it's
it or
a
not.
CGI like Pixar. How Pixar is.
Hmm.
It's not like drawn. It's computer animated.
I don't know if I've
It's
seen
the
it or
exact
not.
same movie.
But I remember that's the first movie to ever make me cry.
The stone part. Where,
Yeah, when he was
I
shocking
saw it in
him.
theaters.
I don't think I did. I might have when I was really young. I don't know.
Like 2.
So I might have. I don't
Wait,
fucking know. But
no, you came out 99, 2099.
one time I watched it. The second or third time I watched it, someone had uploaded the full thing to iFunny in like 7th grade, and I
Yeah.
watched it on there.
It's on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube one time.
YouTube watching movies is sus. One time I watched one I watched The Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think that's my favorite movie of all time, by the way. We should watch that sometime. But I watched that on YouTube.
We will. It's an action movie, so I like doing like different genres, like
Mixing it up a
when
bit.
we hit Mortal Kombat, we're gonna have to take a break from the whole action thing for a little bit because
This was kind of an action one too. This is a
Yeah.
little different because it gave us anime, which is something we haven't done before. But yeah,
and action. We haven't done horror since October, but I want to do a comedy before that.
or like a rom com. We haven't done any rom
We've
com.
done no rom coms.
We can do some girly shit. You want to watch The Notebook?
No, that's too cliche.
Fault in Our Stars?
No, that's too.
There's only girl movies I know. I don't know. You want to
Or
watch
10
My
Things-
Little Pony?
We could do 10 Things I Hate About You or something.
I don't know what that is, but I'd
That's
watch
good.
it.
There's good ones out there.
Summer's coming soon, so we could watch Infinite Film outside.
Yep, we can. Why is it doing that? But yeah, hit up the TikTok.
Panel
TikTok,
Persona.
YouTube, Panel Persona. Zade. Tommy.
We da Bommy.
We review movies. He's never seen them. I watch them all the time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
One love.